Today, excuse me.
Uh,
Okay, let me start over again. Everybody, welcome to the Hancock Park Referral Network. It is Tuesday, December 8th, and let's begin. Jimmy, could you bring us to the creed? Well, actually, you know what? You're right. Let's go back to the guest introduction. So, a couple of guests who are looking to become members. Let's start with Tanisha. Name, company, category.
You're muted.
Sorry. Good morning. My name is Tanisha Cassie. Please call me T. I do not like my name butchered, so T is fine. I work with UCLA and I am in construction management. And Laisha Willis invited me.
Beautiful. And T, did you get an application last night? I know I sent it late.
Yeah, I filled it out.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. And Liberty.
I'm Liberty Worth. I filled out my application last week, so I'm official for that part. I am an artist, and I think I've explained everything, how multidisciplinary my art is. I've been invited by Eric. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for coming. Creed, Antonio.
Good morning. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
But now we can't hear you. What happened? All righty. Well, I'm sure you'll work on that. Jim, or let's see. Jimmy, would you read the creed?
Certainly. Creed of HPRN LATIP. LATIP is a professional organization of men and women dedicated to the highest standards of competence and service. Our purpose is the exchange of business tips. Members will, at all times, maintain the highest professional integrity. Each business category is represented by one member only, and conflicts of interest are disallowed.
Beautiful, Jimmy. Thank you so much. Laisha, it was nice to meet you in person yesterday. You're taller than I thought.
I was thinking the same thing about you.
Okay, go ahead.
Definition of a tip. A qualified business tip is a company or person who is interested in a specific service or product and is expecting a call from an HPRN member.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to get into another round of visitations this morning. Then we're going to do our commercials. Then we're going to talk about bringing in new members, T and Liberty. And then we're going to get offline and we're going to work like we did last week on identifying people of our three and three. Any questions? All right, so Jimmy, would you mind trying to figure out who hasn't been with who? Is that a tough equation?
Okay, so, I lost somebody. Who disappeared?
Jim Bloomfield.
Jim fell off. Okay, so Eric and Liberty, have you guys paired up yet?
Yes, we have.
Okay, and John and Laisha, have you paired up? Yes. Okay. What about Eric and Laisha, have you paired up? No. All right, let's do that. So I'm going to switch Liberty with Laisha. There we go. All right, so John and Liberty in the same room. Tanisha and is Jim back yet? There's Jim.
Yeah, I'm here.
You can call me T. It's
Sorry,
Tanisha.
T. Sorry. All right. Jim and T will be in the same room. Eric and Laisha, and then John and Liberty. All right, so you guys have 10 minutes to do your thing. I'm gonna jump into somebody's. Oh, you know what? I'm going to assign a room with Mr. Antonio, and he and I are gonna join the same room. All right. So you got, remember 5 and 5. Talk about your 3 power partners, what you're looking for, who you can give, who you can get, and see you guys back in 10 minutes. Have fun. Mr. Flexner, Mr. Chadbourne. Oh, everyone's back now.
Oh, we got cut up.
Got
You're
cut
doing a
off
good
too.
job, Jimmy, with this. You've got the Zoom thing down.
I know. I was like, I'm a little envious. I wanted those skills.
It's
So
a lot of trial and error, you guys. A lot of trial and error.
So Jimmy, the next thing you need to do is learn how to take a poll. Do you know how to do that?
I've never tried one. I mean, I could figure it out, I guess.
And when I mean by poll, I mean like, for voting purposes. Right now, what we're going to do is, I think because we can't do it in person, we'll do the voting just by email after the meeting.
No. We could do the voting. Does it have to be secret or what?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it's
because what I can do is I can move T and Liberty into a breakout room, and then the rest of us could vote.
yeah. I think there's more to it. You and I can talk offline.
Okay.
Right now, we'll just do a vote by email, okay? This time.
Are there any reports, like, for example, I know that there's a membership director who's responsible for sort of vetting different, applicants. So is that part, like, is there any reporting that's done before the vote?
I haven't vetted you, Jim, or basically anybody in the first 10. The goal is to get to 10, and then we get more and more and more strict as we get bigger. So I haven't vetted. Most of the people that are in the group are people that I know personally. They're kind of vetted already. But that's a very good point. And as we get bigger, we will be vetting. There's something called an inspector in our group that's just basically the membership director now, which is me. And the inspector actually will contact the Better Business Bureau and see if there's a report against the member who wants to join, the person who wants to join, that kind of vetting. But we haven't done that on the people so far.
Because I don't want anyone discovering my skeletons.
Well, your grandfather in. Congratulations.
All right, good.
I will not contact the Better Business Bureau.
I've got everything under control, I promise.
Trust me.
Trust me, yeah.
All right. Okay. So the next thing, what do we say? Let's do our commercials. Jimmy? Jimmy, can you hear me? Okay.
Shows that you're muted. It's like he's having the same problems I was having.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Just as I was, Eric was bragging about my Zoom skills. I get all fumbled up over here. All right. You want to sign him? Go ahead, Eric.
All right. John Chadbourne, let's start with you, my friend.
Great. Hey, good morning. I'm John Chadbourne. I'm with Equity Title, Equity Title Company. I work for, it's an insurance company, title insurance. So if you're buying or selling or refinancing, that's where my services come in. I do property information from ownership to liens to loans, easement searches, covenant searches. I don't think I passed a tip this week. I think it may have been like a half a tip. Somebody wanted a couple attorneys, so I gave Cynthia's a name in there, but I had to give more than one, unfortunately. So maybe that's a half a tip, maybe. How can you refer me? You can refer me to anybody that wants to buy or sell a house or refinance, or to real estate agents that work the area or work out of the area. You can refer me to agents in other areas too. I work essentially all of Southern California. My power partner would be an escrow company. And thanks, you guys. And I have to jump off. I've got to go to my doctor.
Okay, well, perfect timing. Thank you, John. Take good care.
Bye.
Hope everything works out. All right, Jimmy Green, let's go with you.
Good morning, everybody. Jimmy Green, Finance of America Mortgages, and I'm your friendly mortgage guy. And I got to say, it's the season of giving. So why not give your friends and your associates a great mortgage? The gift that keeps on giving. They could reduce their rate and save money all year long. So I love to talk to anybody that's looking to refinance or wants to make a purchase. And let me see, my referral partner, I'm still looking for a CPA. And I did invite a CPA this week, but he hasn't showed up yet. And I did pass a tip this week to Mr. Flexner.
Very nice. Thank you. All right, Jim Bloomfield.
Good morning. I'm Jim Bloomfield. I'm the acupuncturist in the group. And what I do is really about helping people with their potential. If you have pain and you need to get out of pain, you have the potential to do that. If you're feeling exhausted and you need more energy, you have the potential to do that. If you have been told that you have a disease or condition that you have to live with, you might not. You probably have the potential also to do much better with that. And that's my specialty. My power partner, I didn't make a referral this week. My power partner, I invited a physical therapist. I'm hoping she will come next time. And also I invited a concierge personal assistant who also said that she will come, but she couldn't come today.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate all of your effort. Antonio, did you go?
No, not yet. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Antonio Goodwin, Ameriprise Financial, your financial advisor. And I am that little angel, the little one on this side. There's a little devil on this side. I'm the little angel on this side. So right now, when you're spending, when you're going and buying all these gifts, you're trying to spend all this money, you're worrying about your budget, worrying about your investment. I'm the little angel on this side saying, hey, if you spend that, then I'm going to advise you this is what your financial situation is going to be going forward. So I think everyone needs a little angel like me on their shoulder. I didn't pass any tips this week. I have a couple that are in queue. I have meetings this week with them. I have one for probably one for Mr. Greenfield and also one for Mr. Green, Bloomfield, excuse me. And you refer me to literally anyone who wants a little angel. My power partner is a CPA.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. I'll go next. Eric Flexner, Coldwell Banker, Larchmont and Beverly. This last week, I did not pass a tip. You can refer me to people who are looking to sell. In the last, since we all started this group in June-ish, I've sold 3 houses in Hancock Park. All 3 of them have sold in either before going on market or like within a week. On one of them, I was able to sell with 12 offers. On another, with 3 offers on 4 million. And on that 4 million, I was trying to get that money that they're going to make to go to Antonio. So I'd like to talk to Antonio in the future about how to get these big funds that are coming out of these sales to you, because I blew it when I was trying to talk to them about you. So, and what I mean by that is that I didn't know what to say, you know? So they already had a guy. Anyway, I've now spoken for way too long. Next, T.
Good morning, Tunisia Cassie, or T. I offer pre-construction and construction services. And really what that means, anyone who is looking to or thinking about doing something with their house, or actually even in the process of finalizing their choice, if they're in the real estate market, finalizing their choice, I can sort of come in and help you evaluate what things may need to take priority in your construction. And then if you own a home or a property and you want to do some renovations, I'm a person that you can talk to. In terms of tips, I believe I passed 3 tips last week, 2 to Antonio and 1 to Cynthia. How you can refer me, again, anyone who is finalizing their new property or wanting to make renovations to their existing property. My power partner would be any homeowner or an interior designer or real estate agent. those are my power partners.
Great. Thank you, Tanisha. Or T.
T.
Laisha.
Good morning. I'm Laisha Willis, State Farm Agent, and in this group, I am the Property and Casualty Specialist. I'm on Larchmont and Rosewood in Larchmont Village. While most of my customers are in the Larchmont area, I do help clients all over the state. So if you know anybody who needs personal service, who's tired of talking to a call center, and wants somebody to help make their insurance easy and understandable, happy to do that with them. Or if they just needed somebody to bounce some questions off of or compare their current coverages, we'd be happy to do that for them. This week I am passing a tip on to Jim Bloomfield. And you can send any power partners my way that are in the automotive industry. Thank you. Laisha Willis, State Farm Agent.
We got to get some automotive industry people in the group, because we can all use that. We can all tip that. And it's a power partner for Laisha. So keep your mind open for somebody you know in the auto sales business. All right, Liberty.
Hi, I am Liberty Worth. I'm an artist and art instructor. I am the person you think of when you need a special custom gift, or if you know someone who needs custom artwork. I work with interior designers, and I also teach art. I think this week it came up a couple times that I haven't brought up here in this group that I teach group art lessons. I can do them both online, and I have a social distance version I do as well. I passed a tip to Antonio this week, and you can refer me to people who are in moments of either celebration or grief or decorating, whether that's a corporate commercial type decoration. I've done work in museum in Santa Monica, and I've also done very personal things, like I have a bereavement quilt I'm working on right now with the child's clothing who passed, and it's for the family. So I kind of go the whole range. A power partner would be an interior designer. And as I was talking about with John earlier, also a human resources person would be great, because I can bring my creativity class to people.
Okay, beautiful. You know, Liberty is everywhere. I sent my son down to the neighbor's house yesterday to get I didn't know what he was doing. It was just gonna go hang out with the neighbor and take a class. And so then I happened to call Liberty for another reason. And she's like, "Oh, I'm teaching your son right now." I'm like, "Oh my God, incredible." So she's a teacher too. So keep that in mind if you guys want to have a little pod for your kids, right?
Yeah. We have them all spaced out with masks on, and so I've been teaching. It's just regular art classes, and then this week I was talking with Antonio about how I've done creativity classes for conferences and like in corporate settings as well.
Nice. Well, you know what? This is a good lead into our next thing, which is our new members. So what we do in this process, and I think this is going to be the first time as a group we're going to do this, is we have an actual vetting process, and it's very simple. You know what we will do is we will describe what each person is doing, each new member prospect is doing, and then we're going to have them speak for a minute on why they want to be in the group and what they think they can bring to the group. Other networks or groups of people that they have that they can potentially introduce us to. And then we will sign off for the day, and then you guys will send in, I guess what I'll do is I'll send you guys an email saying, please vote here. Then you reply to that email with your vote. Okay, and then I contact T and Liberty after the meeting. Does that make sense? Yes. And moving forward, that's how we'll do it. I'm not sure exactly about the voting for email thing, but the required number is 90%, which basically means one dissenting opinion would cause us not to be moving forward. Usually that doesn't happen. So, okay, let's start with Liberty.
Hold on a second, I have something to say. Liberty and T, I accept Venmo and Zelle if you want to buy my vote. Just kidding. By the way, all right, there's no recounts, okay? No recounts. Don't ask for it. I don't want to hear anything about bogus stolen elections, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna get my lawyer on you.
Yeah.
You know, I have total faith in the process.
I'm not sure which one was funnier.
Okay. A sad commentary on our times, folks.
You're not
All
hanging chads.
Yeah, hanging Chad. Okay. So let's start with Liberty. So Liberty, welcome and thank you for your interest in the group. We love you. Want to hear what you want to get from the group and what you can bring to the group.
Okay. Well, I think what I see myself as being able to give to the group initially, I'm actually more giving mindset. So I kind of have to start there. What I see is that I have a really broad range of connections. I'm highly connected in my neighborhood, and I'm just one of those people that I get asked a lot of times about, like, well, different things. So, where I lack in financial savvy with all these things, I excel in connection with humans, and I'm very much a neighbor, and I see this as extending that neighborness, and so that's what I feel like I can bring, because I'm a trusted neighbor also, which I think Eric can vouch for that part. But as far as what I can get, I feel like the people in this particular area, Hancock Park adjacent also, are really the type of people who are looking for personal type gifts, but also personal touch. And when you're interacting with someone who's doing something for you, whether it's a service or a product, they want somebody who's going to be able to really interact with them. And that's what I offer. I offer high quality goods. And I'm a great teacher. I know that. I hear it from people all the time. And so I love bringing that to people. I'm very passionate about what I do.
Okay, beautiful. And and you guys are welcome to ask any questions. I'll throw a question out there. So as far as what you're hoping to get out of the group, part of it is a connection with a local, like an extension of being neighborly, right?
Yes.
In a more focused sort of business scenario.
Yep.
And anything else that you're looking to get out of the group? Obviously, a lot of referrals.
Yeah, obviously that my best work and my best opportunities always come from word of mouth. It doesn't matter what I do, it always is word of mouth. So knowing that, a referral group is really one of my best bets.
Okay, beautiful.
Liberty.
Yes.
Hi, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
In regards to the type of classes that you teach, what are the different types of media that you work with as an artist and can teach others?
Well, like with what I'm teaching for the kids right now, I've got 10-year-old boys, which I personally feel like is one of the hardest audiences you can muster up. But we've already been doing drawing, and we've been doing mixed media over the last few weeks. My expertise is in mixed media. So I love recycled work. I think it's actually really fun to show people that a lot of the materials they have at home, which I've always been teaching I've been teaching classes for probably 10 years on this. And I've taught over 250 different participants. And, but it, as I was telling John earlier, it can go the full range of very corporate, and I've taught at conferences that are professional development conferences where you talk about how neural pathways need new ways to process, and so we just need to get out of our regular mind and make some creative work. But I use mixed media for that because it's the most friendly to people who are not naturally artistically inclined. And I personally love teaching people who don't think they're artistic. But I do also teach sewing lessons on the side. I do a lot of private lessons with that too.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. So you're like our hired gun, right? You're
Yeah, I'm like a
hired
one-stop art shop.
art gun, right? If we need
Yeah.
if we need a class, boom, boom.
Yes.
If we need some actual, some piece of art or whatever, boom, you've got that nailed. So, and I've got you down as in your category would be just the group artist, right? Simple.
Yeah, unless there was someone else that came in that had a different expertise, I don't need to share. I could share a title,
Yeah. Right now, because the categories are already set. Let's go over to T. You're when I was sending you your application last night, I have to pick a category. I picked a contract. So you're a contractor.
No,
No.
no, not a contractor.
So tell us a little bit about you and what category and again what you want to bring to the group, what you hope to get from the group.
Okay, so my category would be construction services or construction management. That includes any kind of pre-construction, and pre-construction I know is pretty broad, but it's anything prior to a nail and a hammer. The design, the whole thought process behind it would all be lumped into pre-construction. And then obviously there is construction. So that is my category. As far as what I would like from the group, I'd like referrals, obviously. My job or my mission is to educate people, homeowners like myself and business owners on the process of what construction entails. I really like to be that stress relief for the homeowner or the client. And all they need to do is write the checks and let me help them get through that process and eliminate that level of stress. Everyone who has been an owner, builder, or tried to DIY, at some point they give up, they realize it's too much. It's more than what they expect. And so I'd like to eliminate that stress and make it a stress-free process and give construction a good name, because, contracting and construction has some sort of negative connotations attached to it. So I would like to be that go-to person that can help clients go through this process stress-free. What I am able to bring to the group is, some positive energy, some being team oriented and very goal driven. Sorry, I'm getting fumbled. And I have a plethora of folks that I deal with. I don't want to say on a daily basis because this is COVID, but just in general. So those industries include entertainment, law enforcement, medicine. I was trying to think of all of these things as Liberty was telling me. Sports, automotive, obviously construction. I'm just mentioning everything outside of construction. I have been one of those people that people call. I have always been a networker, and I've always been sort of a natural born salesperson. So people, I believe people listen to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be getting all of these calls all of the time. Do you know someone? So I often like to refer to myself as a connector. And I started my business primarily because I was always giving referrals and I wasn't getting anything in return. So that is, I think I'm just a natural born connector. And I know there are more folks that I talk to in other industries that I haven't mentioned. It's just, I can't think of them at this moment. I'm trying to see, is there anything? I only had like a couple of hours to prepare for my commercial, so I'll take questions at this point.
Perfect. So I'll start with a question. So,
Sure.
So I'm going to try to find that category in LaTip, construction management, right?
Or construction services would be fine. Whatever is
services. Okay, beautiful. And that's a great way to put that category. That makes a lot of sense. Any questions for T?
No one has any questions?
Well, I would, but we had this whole conversation before
we
we
did.
actually talked. So, but just for the sake of the group, like, so for homeowners and DIY projects, all the way up to like adding, you know, an ADU and all that stuff. This is where you work in, but you're not. You said you're not a contractor, so you're not.
No, I am not
Okay.
I am not a licensed contractor. I understand or I educate the homeowner on the construction process. So I can.
But you said you had a certification that kind of puts you above what a contractor has.
So I am currently getting my inspection license for hospital inspector. And so that is what's called an A license. And that means I can inspect hospitals. And obviously hospitals are probably the most, no, they're not they're the most, what is the word? They're the hardest projects to actually work on. They're the most difficult projects because they deal with patient safety. So if you can inspect a hospital, or if you can build a hospital, you can build anything. So that license will give me an opportunity to help a homeowner and help them prioritize what sorts of things that they can expect to have to repair prior to buying a house, or if they've already bought a house, purchased a home, and they don't necessarily know where to begin. That's where that skill set comes in. So that would also be lumped under, pre-construction or construction services.
So you'd be a good person if we knew someone, for example, like Eric's going to need inspectors, for example, to refer to, or let's say I was looking at a property and I wanted to have it inspected independently, before considering purchase. That's something that you would like to do.
I can help you. Yes, I can help you, or I can take the inspection report that that the home inspector will give you, and I can evaluate that also. So you have to. Sorry.
So, but home inspection is a different. That's a different license, or would you be allowed to do that under your license once you get it?
No, I could. I would have to sign up with a different agency. So it wouldn't be. I wouldn't officially be your home inspector, but I can evaluate. I have the skill set to evaluate that. So I would have to just sort of sign up with the agency that provides those services.
I think what T is saying is that she may not be the person crawling in the crawl space and checking out the foundation, but once that guy has done that, then she'll evaluate, okay, this is wrong, that's wrong, what's it going to take, how does it get fixed, can give us an idea. Whereas an inspector, in a lot of cases, they are not contractors, so they'll tell you what's wrong, but you'll be left not knowing what it will cost you and what the scope of the work will be. So she can do that, right?
Yes, that's correct. Thank you for putting it so eloquently.
Okay.
Tunisia, I had a question for you.
Please.
I think you spoke earlier, but I've kind of forgotten about your background in this industry. Like, what prepared you for the work you do now?
I actually fell into this industry 18 years ago. I actually worked in music promotions for for major record labels. So I fell into this industry. I was working for a label. They closed down. They were in Beverly Hills. They closed down and moved to New York, and I needed a job. Fell into this industry and started on the first project I started on was the UCLA Santa Monica Hospital for 9 years, and just my inquisitiveness, working with inspectors. Each of those inspectors for that particular project taught me their trades. So there was an inspector for plumbing, there was an inspector for drywall, concrete, and electrical. And so those guys all taught me their trades. So I actually got schooled on the job. I would actually go out onto the job site and learn from them instead of going into a trade school. And from there, I just progressed. Joined the Carpenters Union for a few years and went on to build other Kaiser hospitals. And so I would say about 13 of my 18 years in construction have been all around building hospitals and medical office buildings. The last 5 have been with high rises, all commercial, high rises, labs, engineering labs, research labs, and there were a few other, some dentistry clinics. So that's where I got all of my experience from, not self-taught, but taught by all of the guys, the tradesmen that worked in the industry. Does that answer your question?
I'm sure you stuck out like a sore thumb.
Oh yeah, when I was in the carpenters union, I was in foreman training, and there were 250 guys and 2 women that we would meet monthly.
Wow.
So again, I would stick out like a sore thumb, and everyone would know who I was. So I would always use that to my advantage, because
I was gonna say, use that to
my
your advantage.
nickname
Absolutely.
my nickname is the girl T, the contractor girl. So even I correct people and say I'm not the
The girl
contractor,
T contractor girl.
but at least they know who I am.
Exactly.
You can call me whatever you want to, just call me.
Right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, any other questions, concerns? How about a quick testimonial and announcement? Then we're going to end it. We'll do the vote, and then I'll contact you, T and L, separately.
Okay.
I have a testimonial
Yes.
for Leisha.
Yay.
Just thanks a lot for being in this group. You're amazing. You know, just the way that you work for referrals and contacts, but also, you know, you got this thing together with for Toys for Tots. You're going to help us do other good work. And I just want to really express my appreciation. I think it's great.
Gosh, thank you, Jim. I love you guys.
Beautiful.
I
He
have
wants
one
a
more
gift.
Yes, T.
Leisha, I was out this week looking for toys for the Toys for Tots, and I just wanted to could you refresh my memory on the guidelines? They need to be for a certain
No,
age
super
range.
easy. Nope. Any toy you pick up, either gender is fine. It just
Okay.
has to be new and unwrapped. That's it. Or a book,
Okay.
if that's easier.
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to make sure. So I'll go back and take care of it today. I have it in my calendar to do it today.
Thank you.
Sent her 3 pictures of me, so for the kids. It works. That's all I had. I had all those pictures from like high school. I just sent them old pictures.
Okay, anything else for the good of the order? I've got 3 kids downstairs that need to get on their Zoom calls in 20 minutes, and my wife is out of town. So I've got to run. But for you guys, you know, remember, this group does not work without you putting in equal or more time outside of the meetings, okay? So we've spent an hour and 15 minutes. We need to be spending an hour and 15 minutes outside of the group this week, working on our 3 and 3, bringing in guests. Guests are the key to the lifeblood of this group. So we need to be bringing, you know, we need to have at least 1 or 2 guests every meeting. It's just got to be like a normal, you know, running thing. That's how we get to where we want to be. So focus this week, bring a guest. Look, guys, we do not need to have them come to a meeting in person at 7 o'clock in the morning. We just need to get them on a Zoom call in the morning, you know, from their house. It's not that much of a commitment on their part. If people are resisting, I mean, we can't make it any easier than this. So move on to people who do want something like that. Any last messages? Okay, so next week, did anybody say that that somebody was gonna come next week? That wasn't able to come this week?
I think Jim mentioned one.
Yeah, I have at least one.
Okay.
Actually, I think, I think 2 weeks. I have one person who said that they could. They first said they would come this week, and then they said yesterday that they can't come this week or next week. I think they want to come the following week or the week after. I can't remember.
Okay.
And then someone else was supposed to come, and I will find out where she went.
Okay, beautiful.
I'll try to get her to come next week.
Leisha brought tea.
Yes.
Eric brought Liberty. I want the rest of you guys to bring somebody. Okay, focus on guests this week. Any other questions or concerns? All right, very good. It's great to see you guys. Love you all. Thank you for the charity. Leisha, I'm guessing that's over as of today. Is that right?
No, we've got another till next Monday, or I think it's this week. They're
Okay,
picking
good.
up the box, I think, by the 15th, so if we can have it wrapped up by the 13th, I think it was the date we talked about.
Okay. Anything else? All right, guys. Love you. Have a great week. Kick some butt.
Thanks.
you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.